This is not the first time the UK has done something foolish, but I think the UK's decision to send armour-piercing rounds which contain depleted uranium to Ukraine, which is something that Baroness Goldie confirmed yesterday, this is foolish. Why? Not because of the depleted uranium, which is only moderately dangerous, but because of the message it sends. These bullets are highly effective in defeating modern tanks and armoured vehicles. Now, the Russians have countered by talking of the weapons as the spare parts to a dirty bomb, complete rubbish. They've been used in most wars since Kosovo. And while there is speculation that their use has stimulated the incidence of cancer in the arenas where they've been deployed, the jury is frankly out as to whether they are absolutely instrumental in causing cancer. Russia says, and President Putin at the end of his conference speech with the president of China says that he will have to respond accordingly, and ominously talks about fewer and fewer steps away from nuclear collision with Britain. Depleted uranium is the stuff left behind after uranium enrichment. And like natural uranium, which is abundant in nature, depleted uranium is mildly radioactive, emitting alpha particles which cannot penetrate the skin. They're not dangerous as such. They become a bigger threat if they are ingested or inhaled. So, as dust, they can cause illness, they can cause kidney damage particularly. But depleted uranium is a routine substance used on aircraft and in war on tank armour. So it's almost certainly being used in Ukraine by Russia, and Putin's anxiety from this point of view is a rhetorical ruse. So there's three questions really. Number one, are they dangerous? Well, of course they are. They're armour-piercing bullets. Number two, are they part of a nuclear arsenal? No, that is absurd. Number three, was it provocative to say that we are sending them? Absolutely, and frankly, a distraction, but not the first instance of stupidity since inviting Liz Truss to address Sergei Lavrov before the war had even started. The whole point about depleted uranium is that it's a waste product of the nuclear industry. So it is linked to the nuclear industry, but it's not particularly part of that nuclear arsenal, as I said. And the advantages of it are that it's a cheap way of doing what would otherwise be done with something like tungsten. It's cheaper than tungsten, which is also used in weapons production, in producing bullets, missiles. But the big advantage of depleted uranium is that it's pyrophoric. That means that it burns rather than squashes. So most metals squash, which means that most bullets do not pierce serious armour plating. Bullets which have got depleted uranium tips will keep going. They will burn through the armour plating, they will burn on the other side, and the actual bullet tip will remain sharp. That's the theory. That's why they're used. It's not because normal uranium is as hard as tungsten, it's that it doesn't squash. And depleted uranium, it's not at all as deadly as enriched uranium, obviously. But its use in weapons, in bullets, of course, makes the bullets extremely effective. I think this is the wrong message to be sending out to Russia at this particular moment, but it's not the first time we have we have seen instances of rank stupidity from the British government at every level. This is nothing new, but it is stupid, utterly stupid, particularly because the likelihood is that we will be sending these weapons anyway, and that Russia is also using them.